Listen to Sergio Sanchez every morning on News Talk 710 KURV and on the Radio Parami app. Stay informed with exclusive interviews from top local and state leaders, plus economic development news, business, and medical reports, and all the local news from the RGV. It's everything you need to know to start your day right. Sergio Sanchez and News Talk 710 KURV on the free Radio Parami app. Download it now.
Elected in that secret conclave.
You have called me to carry that cross and to be blessed with that mission.
Robert Prevost from Chicago is the first American Pope, now Leo XIV. And after speaking in English to start his homily this morning, he switched to Italian.
We are the people whom God has chosen as his own, so that we may declare the wonderful deeds of him who called us out of darkness.
The Pope's brother, John Prevost, says
he has a strong inclination to help the poor, the disenfranchised, the people that don't have a voice, because he spent so much time in Peru with the people who were impoverished.
The Trump administration is calling for a major upgrade of the air traffic control system, plagued by old equipment, staff shortages.
The plan would replace more than 600 radars that are used to manage more than 45,000 flights a day, but it still needs congressional approval. It comes after Newark Airport saw hundreds of flight delays and cancellations due to a shortage of air traffic controllers in construction.
That's Fox's Griff Jenkins. There have been numerous incidents, the worst when a regional jet and Army helicopter collided in Washington, killing all 67 people on board both. America's listening to Fox News.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
They told us nothing but lies.
These timeshare thieves out there are terrible.
They bullied us.
Our timeshare is all a scam.
They stole from us. They were thieves.
I was completely taken advantage of.
Hello, I'm Chuck McDowell, founder and CEO of Wesley Financial Group, and I know the tough spot you're in. Are you asking yourself, why did I buy that timeshare? I'll tell you why, because that presentation wasn't a normal sales pitch. It was a show to convince you that timeshare is a great investment. They told you it was available today and today only. They said you're foolish if you don't buy, and unfortunately, you believed them. We get over 3,000 complaints a week from folks just like you that were misled into buying a timeshare. Give us a call. I guarantee if we take you as a client, we will cancel your timeshare or you'll pay nothing.
Call now for your free information kit. 800-881-4242. 800-881-4242. 800-881-4242.
President Trump wants the Supreme Court's help in yet another legal challenge. This one involves deportations.
A district court ruling keeping in place humanitarian parole for 500,000 people from Cuba, Haiti, Nicaragua, and Venezuela is now being appealed to the U.S. Supreme Court. The Trump administration says the lower court nullified one of the administration's most consequential immigration policy decisions. Attorneys for the immigrants say the administration has an incorrect reading of the law and puts vulnerable people in the country legally at risk of losing everything. A Biden administration policy granted the temporary protected status to hundreds of thousands of migrants, usually with a 2-year work authorization. At the White House, Jared Halpern, Fox News.
President Trump's tapping into Fox News for another job in his administration, nominating Jeanine Pirro to be U.S. Attorney for Washington, D.C. Before working for Fox, Pirro was a former prosecutor and judge in New York and replaces Ed Martin, whose nomination was pulled.
I just want to say Ed is unbelievable, and hopefully we can bring him into whether it's DOJ or whatever.
Some Republicans joined Democrats opposing Martin's nomination over his support for people convicted after the 2021 Capitol riot. On Wall Street, stock futures are mixed this morning. In the NBA playoffs, Minnesota got even with Golden State, winning Game 2, 117-93. The Warriors, playing without star Steph Curry, was a hamstring injury.
There has to be a healing process that is just the way the body works. You can't accelerate it more than what it's telling you.
In the NHL playoffs, Edmonton beat Vegas in overtime.
On Sportsnet, Leon Draisaitl's goal at 15:20 of sudden death gave the Oilers a 5-4 win over the Golden Knights and a 2-0 series lead going to Edmonton for games 3 and 4.
That's Fox's Jared Max. Also last night, Washington beat Carolina 3-1 to tie that series. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
News Talk 710 KURV, broadcasting from the Valley's All-American Truck Headquarters studio at PayneAutomall.com.
Just like that, another finally Friday edition of the Valley's Morning News. It is now May 9th, 2025. The show producer, Fred Cruz, and we got AccuWeather meteorologist Jeffrey Nordine. He'll get a chance to recap some of the rain totals and some of the impressive storm activity in the valley yesterday. I'm Sergio Sanchez. Yeah, and as a result of that cool cold front that crossed the area, right now temperatures in the upper 60s across South Texas. So, yes, there were some power outages. And at peak, it seems that Magic Valley Electric Co-op, they had reported about 3,300 outages. AEP, around 1,100 outages. They worked overnight to get all the power plugged back on. And it seems that mostly Hidalgo County had some of these power outages. Again, conversation with AccuWeather meteorologist Jeffrey Nordine coming up in just 2 minutes. Meantime, in Austin, a bill that would provide state money to keep some of that rainwater for other purposes around here, try to provide flood control projects and reclamation projects. That legislation is headed over to the governor's desk. The bill sponsored by Valley State Senator Juan Chuy Hinojosa. Hinojosa's bill allows the Texas Flood Infrastructure Fund to support projects that also repurpose stormwater for drinking and other purposes. Senator Hinojosa is saying that the bill makes Hidalgo County's Delta Reclamation Project eligible for much-needed state money. It's 6 minutes after the hour on the Valley's Morning News. The countdown is on to protest your property tax value. You have less than 1 week to protest.
Each county works just a little bit different, but you have to get the protest in by the 15th. Dave Lieber, a consumer watchdog columnist for the Dallas Morning News, says appraisers don't actually come to look at your house before they issue their appraisal.
Like you need a new roof, or if you have a kitchen that's 30 years old, that's what you tell the appraisal district in your protest hearing.
Lieber says you'll also need a list of comparable home prices in your neighborhood. You should be able to get that from a real estate agent. And the protest hearing could be in person, online, or maybe the district simply will approve the protest with no hearing.
That's reporter Russell Scott. Also from the state capitol, powerful testimony being heard from victims of child sex abuse and their families. They're fighting for Texas to stop enforcing non-disclosure agreements related to abuse.
It's called Trey's Law, a bill named after Dallas native Trey Carlock, a child sexual abuse survivor who took his own life after being re-traumatized in a civil litigation process involving his abuser, Kanakuk Ministries. It required a non-disclosure agreement in the settlement. Trey's sister, Elizabeth Phillips, testified.
Trey told a therapist they will always control me and I'll never be free before he died by suicide in August 2019.
State Senator Angela Paxton's Senate Bill 835 would prohibit the enforcement of NDAs in cases of child sexual abuse.
Protects predators and the youth-serving organizations or religious institutions whose negligence actually enabled the abuse.
In Austin, Chris Fox, News Talk 710 KURV.
And a reminder that tomorrow, your mail carrier is expecting a little bit extra at the mailbox, some non-perishable food.
About 10,000 cities across the U.S. are expected to participate. To donate, leave non-perishable food items in a bag near your mailbox on Saturday, May 10th. Donations will be returned to the local post office and then sent to nearby food banks.
That's right.
I'm Mark Mayfield.
Yeah, I spoke with the Rio Grande Valley Food Bank yesterday. Yeah, National Association of Letter Carriers, their Stamp Out Hunger program. That is tomorrow. Please give your mail carrier some food, cans and some boxes, non-perishable food items. It is AccuWeather time, and AccuWeather meteorologist Jeffrey Nordine is joining us, and he called it. Man, he hit it out of the park yesterday. We had hail, at least where I was. We had some hail in North McAllen. Freddie didn't get anything, so from Freddie's point of view, you blew the forecast yesterday. He got no hail. I did. But you said it was 50-50 chance, right? Two out of 4. And wow, straight line winds, very strong. Did you see any reports of any tornadoes in the area, though? I think the only one close to us maybe was up in Alice. So
No, I didn't see any tornado reports. There's no red reports of that. So that's, I guess as thankful as you can get. However, Woodward, Texas, and to the southeast along 35, 2 tractor trailers were blown over after a 60-mile-an-hour wind gust hit there. Strongest wind gust was actually, I got to find it here, 89 miles per hour in Alice.
Yeah.
Now, that's a wind gust. And, some say there's additional notes here that basically say that this could have been because there was also 2 to 3 foot diameter trees down, possibly hit with lightning. 2 tractor trailers flipped on Highway 281. So it could have been, or it was just a very strong wind gust that pushed through.
Did you see any of the reports from Laredo, west of us, Lake Falcon, any significant rain for them the past 24 hours?
As far as rainfall goes, let me see. I got my numbers here. Surprisingly, not much. About a 3/4 of an inch just to the north and 1/4 to half an inch at Laredo itself. In the southern part of Texas, it ranged anywhere between an inch in some spots to half an inch closer to McAllen, which is very interesting to me because, when you and I were talking or texting each other, and what was coming over Falcon Lake Reservoir, which that did get some good rainfall of over an inch there. It was moving very slowly, so I'm kind of surprised that the amounts aren't higher, but it did dump hail. All the hail reports range from let's see here, quarter size to 2 inch, and there was even a 3 inch, hail size in McAllen, 3 miles north of McAllen.
Yeah, we were hearing the thud there at our house on the roof, going, "Oh man, I'm gonna have to call the roofer here to get." But it was short lived, and it was a cluster. It looked like broccoli. You know what I mean? It's like a cluster of small pellets, and I'm thinking that's kind of weak. It's not like a golf ball or a softball.
It's not spherical. It's more elliptical.
Yeah, and I'm thinking that stuff just broke apart as soon as it hit.
Yeah.
The roof. All right. We're done with all the excitement. Yes, it was a cool front. That's why we're in the upper 60s. Current conditions across the area. What you got, Jeffy?
We got, 71 in Brownsville. We're at 70 in McAllen, 69 Harlingen, 70 in Weslaco, and 68 in Edinburgh. And temperatures are going to be steady for the next couple of days in the mid to upper 80s, low 90s. And then we heat up all next week. We're looking at low to upper 90s. Triple digits are getting closer, but they're still not in the forecast yet. That'll probably change, but for now, I'm keeping it out.
That's good news. AccuWeather meteorologist Jeffrey Nordine, and that is your AccuWeather forecast. We want to say thank you to our supporters, our AccuWeather supporters. Big thank you to Martin Farm and Ranch. What's up, Dougie? Purina Feed. It's the best. That's why Dougie and Martin Farm and Ranch, they carry a certified dealer for Purina Feed. Purina Feed, it is Martin Farm and Ranch. Sending a shout out as well to all the gang in Donna at Rivera's Machinery off the Expressway. Best service, warranty, and price. For the long haul, it is Rivera's Machinery. This is the Valley's Morning News on Newstalk 710 KURV. Legislation in Austin might make it easier to boot rowdy spectators, troublesome spectators from school sporting events.
State Senator Brandon Creighton says the bill will allow umpires and referees
to remove spectators for inappropriate or disruptive behavior without first issuing a verbal warning.
The executive director of the Texas Association of Sports Officials, Michael Fitch of Plano, supports the bill, saying with a shortage of officials, this could help keep them on the job longer.
We find that the number one reason that can be controlled is the abuse that they get from spectators and coaches and players, of course.
The bill now goes to the full Senate.
And here they come, coming to Texas. More FBI agents. Some of them might be your neighbors.
President Trump's head of the FBI wants to decentralize the agency. That means sending agents to places like Texas, where they can fight against the flood of drugs that are coming in from Mexico.
We need some of those intelligence analysts out in the field. We need their expertise.
Director Kash Patel says nearly 100 agents will be relocated to Texas, the move being cheered by Congressman Tony Gonzalez. The South Texas Republican wants them embedded with counterterrorism task forces.
And President Trump believes that this weekend's trade talks with China will go well. U.S. and Chinese trade delegates will be meeting in Switzerland. You're in tune with the Valley's Morning News. This is News Talk 710 KURV. Going to share with you the top conversation of the morning is Dr. Guy Bailey, president at UTRGV. There's a new focus on engineering, on manufacturing issues as well as a result of the rapidly evolving Valley economy. That's next on the Valley's Morning News. Happy Friday.
Active Liver is the easy way to get daily detox to keep you healthy and feeling your best. Find Active Liver at your local CVS or online at Amazon or newnordicusa.com.
Did you know Mighty Mike's Plumbing, Electrical, and HVAC also does duct cleaning?
Here, Feathers, guess what?
Tea.
Coffee. You know I don't like tea.
Oh, no. Mighty Mike's offers duct cleaning to make sure your ducts are clean and system running efficiently to save you money. Now is a great time for duct cleaning, so just call 956-686-1353.
Oh, I found callmightymike.com. They do all HVAC services and more.
Except that, but they do duct cleaning. Get your system done. Mighty Mike's to the rescue.
Later tonight, join us for conversations with Dr. Lawrence Gelman, from global warming to abortion, the Constitution, and what America was meant to be. Listen to someone who knows what he's talking about. Conversations with Dr. Lawrence Gelman, tonight at 6 on News Talk 710 KURV.
Brian Kilmeade here. After my show, weekday afternoons at 2, stay tuned for the 956 Drive Home with Zach and Davis starting at 4 on News Talk 710 KURV and KURV.com.
7 p.m. tonight on News Talk 710 KURV on your home for the Astros. We got Astros baseball from Cincinnati. 7 p.m. broadcast. Big thank you to Dr. T's Primary Care for Men and Women. Big thanks as well to the Mission Economic Development Office. We go back to our university, UTRGV, and President Dr. Guy Bailey joining us again. Appreciate your time today, Dr. Bailey. Now, big news, the Center for Advanced Manufacturing Research. So explain to me how big this project is and how relevant and important it is to the rapidly evolving, growing economy that is moving toward high tech and manufacturing in South Texas.
Well, this is one of the most important things we've done in a long time. And again, this is in our engineering program, in our manufacturing engineering. And what it does is provide really advanced tools for advanced manufacturing. And it's available for businesses to use as a startup. So a startup business might come and rent the equipment, use the equipment to start up. Again, this is unbelievable manufacturing, 3D printing. In fact, I saw windmill blades being 3D printed there in the facility. What they can do is remarkable. And this will allow manufacturing in the field, so to speak. So, for example, if you needed a part to repair a tank and you were out to, in some battle somewhere, you could actually do 3D manufacturing right there in the field and take care of that part. So it's unbelievably advanced. It's where manufacturing is going, and it will help us get an edge on other areas. So we see this as a real engine for manufacturing growth in the Valley.
Dr. Guy Bailey, President UTRGV, joining us. We're talking about the Advanced Manufacturing Research Facility that was introduced, that was announced this past week. It was the ribbon was cut to that. And a new focus, I would say, Dr. B, in light of what is taking place with the South Texas economy, wonderful times that we're in. And we have, of course, aerospace just down the street. We got the possibility of chemical engineering related jobs that, because of the fuels over at SpaceX, for example, some of these chemicals might be complementing other industry like chip manufacturing. We got so many folks that say, yeah, it's headed this way. And some of the chemicals that are being produced just for the rockets, as an example, that might go into that. We have high tech headed this way at light speed to Texas. We got data centers and other possibilities as well. Well, now all these engineering programs that will be in demand here in South Texas, here in the Valley. Of course, we got LNG and everything else. So what can you tell me about maybe a new focus, a new sense of urgency, and expanding the engineering programs, all types of engineering programs at the university?
That's right. In fact, we are looking to expand and offer more of our engineering programs in Brownsville as well. In fact, we're looking for facilities to do that right now. Of course, the challenge with engineering is that you always need good facilities to offer things, and so mechanical engineering in particular is in demand. And mechanical engineering is probably the most versatile of the engineering, less specialized, more versatile and we'll probably start by expanding that into Brownsville. It's very equipment intensive, so
Okay.
you need a lot of space. Remember, this Center for Advanced Manufacturing is kind of a branch of mechanical engineering. So that's the kind of thing we'd like to be doing in Brownsville as well. So we're looking right now at several options for facilities to expand there, and that's the key thing. If you've got the facilities, we have the student demand. We have over 5,000 students in engineering, a very large engineering program. So,
Really good.
and so
Okay.
we graduate, we send more engineers to Houston. In fact, our governor told me that we were responsible for sort of stop gapping the engineering shortage in Houston. And so, yeah, we want to keep more of those folks right here
Yes,
and
sir. I was
in
about
the
to
Rio
say,
Grande Valley.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's good to hear. Well, that's excellent. That's great to hear that we're UTRGV is pumping out that many engineers, and yes, there will be positions for them available in the very near future.
Absolutely.
So, do you have acreage at our beautiful Brownsville campus, UTRGV? Do you have acreage? Do you have land? Are you
We
going
do. We don't have a lot of land, but we have some, and so we could do some expansion there. As you know, the campus is absolutely, by far the prettiest campus in Texas. No other campus has a Rasaka running down the middle of it, and so, but we are a little short of land, but we do have enough for another building, I think.
Okay, and it would be, I would imagine, engineering based because
Yes, it would. And again, it would need to be significant enough for us to put a significant amount of equipment in there.
Yeah. How close, Dr. Guy Bailey, President UTRGV, joining us. How close would you say is the coordination between you? Of course, you got some relationships with some local public schools as well, but also Texas workforce and the economic development offices, like the one in Brownsville, for example. That's the phone is ringing off the hook. We have so many companies, so much industry. It's a tidal wave effect that's taking place. How close is the coordination with them, and even our junior college amigos down the street, to make sure that we create the pipeline here?
That's right. Remember that that the advanced manufacturing facility was a cooperative effort between our engineering program, but also our economic development arm. And Veronica Gonzalez heads that up, does a wonderful job there, and she's got a great team in place. And you're right, the E-Bridge in Brownsville is probably the stellar unit there, and it stays busy all the time. Remember, we have branches in Weslaco, in Edinburgh. We have them, Mission. We have them all over the valley. So, and I think what you'll see is continued expansion of that and the coordination of our economic development folks, people who help businesses start up with engineering. The linking of those two together is a key, not only to workforce development, but to getting new startups in the valley and really building our own. And a lot of our development much of it will come from companies from the outside coming, but then we need to develop our own as well.
Yes, sir. And another branch of the engineering side, because we're going so high tech in Texas. And one of the big stories, of course, NVIDIA, Houston, Dallas, big manufacturer. We know chip manufacturing is coming here soon as well. AI. So there's a big focus on that. Also retooling so that the university can help meet some of the demand on AI. And
that's exactly right.
And so, Dr. Gambino,
we work with other universities, work with Georgia Tech and other schools. Again, all of these things, by the way, involve partnerships. If you'll notice at the ribbon cutting we had the other day, it was not just us. We had people from Oak Ridge National Labs, from Georgia Tech. We have the Defense Department folks joining by video. So we had people from industry. So what you see with manufacturing now is the collaboration and the convergence of all of those different interests, and you're able to move things forward really at a much quicker manner and much more effective manner.
Dr. Guy Bailey, President, UTRGV. I can just hear the gang down at the medical school and also the science programs. Hey, we're making news too. Stage 1 designation for the School of Optometry. Give me an update on the School of Podiatry as well. What's up with our medical programs?
Podiatric medicine's going very well. We have the second phase of the accreditation visit coming up in podiatry in a few weeks. Optometry, we got the first phase 1 accreditation, so we're able to begin building our faculty, recruiting our students. That's going extremely well. So both of those programs are very rare in the state. There are only one other public optometry program, no other podiatry programs. And both of those are absolutely crucial in the Valley, not only because we have a shortage of professionals in both areas, but because diabetes, remember, is first diagnosed in the eye usually, and podiatrists are key to helping preserve limbs and treat diabetes.
How significant is the designation for trademark and patents over the library system that we have?
Well, I think it's important too. And by the way, this goes hand in hand with what we just talked about with eBridge and what we just talked about with the Advanced Manufacturing Center. All of those things work together as we help businesses start up, as our people invent things. And again, we have people with the brain power to do that, both on our faculty and among the citizens of the Valley. And so our goal is to help them start their businesses, to be able to register their patents and to be a resource for all of that. So you think of the university as a resource in at least 3 different ways: for the tools that you need, for the business acumen that you need, and then for the technical help with patents. All of that comes together to help enhance our business environment and climate in the Valley.
And last but not least, as we close our conversation with Dr. Guy Bailey from our university, the football program. Lots of people excited about that just around the corner. Anything to report related to that?
Oh, our coach has been recruiting in the portal. The portal helps schools like us because we don't have to have all freshmen and sophomores. We can get some older guys, more mature, bigger guys who have more time in the weight room and at the training table. And so I think that'll help us have some size. Football is going extremely well. We're excited about the start. I got to add baseball too. You can't forget. We are the co-champions. And in fact, if Southeastern Louisiana loses one of the other 2 games they have, we'll be sole champions. And we're hosting the first round of the tournament right here in Edinburgh. And you should come out. I'm sure we'll have a sellout. It'll be a lot of fun, great atmosphere. And again, that will just carry into football. So,
my apologies to the gang over at the baseball field. I didn't mean to ignore you. Yeah, we have a stellar baseball program, and yes, sellout crowds, and just an incredible program. And we hope to continue. That's winning program as well. I would imagine that on the baseball side and the football side, it's going to help with recruitment, I would say.
Absolutely. We expect record enrollments this fall. I can't give you a number, but you should stay tuned for that because it's going to be, I think, a very surprising number. And when I look back on the last 10 years, it's just incredible where we've come.
Right. We're coming up on the 10th year.
That's right.
The birthday.
In August.
UTRGV in August, 10-4. We'll look forward to a lot of cake for that celebration.
That's exactly right.
Thank you, Dr. B, for all your time. President of UTRGV is Dr. Guy Bailey. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
This is the Valley's Morning News. This is News Talk 710 KURV, also at Radio Panami. Download that free app. This check of news, a service of Edinburgh CISD along with UTRGV, their collegiate high school, currently enrolling freshmen and sophomore students. For information, call 956-289-2300. This note from San Benito: 3 men facing charges after allegedly planning to steal an armored vehicle. 2 individuals deliberately, according to authorities, 2 individuals allegedly left the service truck unattended. Another individual stole the service truck and had a spare key. $115,000 taken in that robbery. Cancer rates appear to be increasing for those under the age of 50. Researchers at the National Institutes of Health found that between 2010 and 2019, 14 cancer types increased among people under age 50, including breast and colorectal cancer. The full write-up is in the journal Cancer Discovery. And a man from Virginia is going to spend 30 years behind bars for funneling money to ISIS, raised $185,000 cryptocurrency sent to ISIS in Syria. And Samsung holding a virtual event on Monday to show off their Galaxy S25 Edge. You're listening to the Valley's Morning News on News Talk 710 KURV. And we invite you to join us this morning, the Sergio Show, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. from Mexlan, as we kick things off at Mexlan with an economic development conversation focused on high tech today. Thank you much for joining us on News Talk 710 KURV, your station for Astros baseball. Check out sports up next. If you are hungry, I have the solution. That would be El Pato. Don't be calling mom. Hey, mom, can you make me like a half dozen breakfast tacos? No, why don't you just take care of business on your own? Don't be bothering abuelita. Don't be bothering mom. Just you will not be a bother by calling the good folks at all El Pato restaurants. You know which ones they are on the way to work, on the way to school. elpato.com or phone it in. Just ask Siri to give you directions. Give the phone number. Phone it. That's what I do. I phone it in. They'll have for you a bag full of hot, fresh, made, delicious breakfast tacos, the patos, the way you like it. Could be chorizo, potato, cheese, refried bean, bacon, ham, you name it. They'll make it just like mom did. The flour tortillas, oh, it's so beautiful, nice and hot, and smells wonderful. It looks beautiful. Fill that up with all your favorite fillers. Every day a different special at El Pato. It's mama's cooking. It's abuelita's cooking. It's our food in South Texas, which is superior to anything else, I would say, almost anything else from the interior of Mexico. Yeah, because we've perfected Tex-Mex, South Texas Mexican food. Every day a different special, $5.99. Stack up those plates. And don't forget the big special right now, limited time, the spicy, wonderful tasting, so juicy, and that melted cheese, the enchiladas verdes with a shredded chicken, perfectly seasoned. Again, it's a spicy dish. Rice, bean, and the drink, and amazing. Only $6.99 for a limited time at all El Pato restaurants.
Are you tired of waiting hours in your doctor's waiting room? Sitting around waiting to see a doctor isn't fun, and we know your time is valuable. The good news is that the physicians at Rio Grande Pain Team can help. Rio Grande Pain Team helps patients find relief from chronic neck pain, back pain, migraine headaches, and joint pain. And at Rio Grande Pain Team, we schedule your visits accordingly. Rio Grande Pain Team recently added providers, and we utilize the latest in scheduling software so our patients are seen on time for their visits and treatments. There's no need to wait 5 hours in a physician's office. At Rio Grande Pain Team, you no longer have to live with chronic pain. Dr. Dennis Slavin can help and have you feeling better at last. Book your appointment now in Weslaco or McAllen by signing on to our website, feelingbetteratLast.com. That's feelingbetteratLast.com, or call 956-973-0565. That's 973-0565. 973-0565.
If you're looking for the perfect fitness equipment for your home or business, look no further. Hess Fitness Products has the largest selection of fitness equipment and accessories, from unique pieces you won't find at big box stores to expert consultations that'll ensure the right fit for you. Hess has it all. Enjoy white glove delivery, in-house service, and the best price guarantee. Come meet Edgar Santana and his team for personalized solutions and equipment with the best warranties in the industry. Remember, health is wealth. Visit HessFitness.com. That's HessFitness.com. Look better, feel better, do more.
It's Houston Astros baseball later tonight as they host the Cincinnati Reds. First pitch at 7:10. Powered by Dr. T's Primary Care for Men and Women, Mission Economic Development Corporation, and News Talk 710 KURV.
The 710 KURV Sports Desk is brought to you by Dr. T's Primary Care for Men and Women.
The Dallas Stars play Game 2 of Round 2 tonight in Winnipeg. The Stars finally won on Wednesday a Game 1 for the first time since 2020, thanks to a Hattie from Rantanen.
Duchesne, nice job. Sends it across. Rantanen in front. Score! Rantanen again! It's a hat trick in Winnipeg. Hintz was right in front, but it's Rantanen who remains scorching hot. That man is out of his mind.
Game 2 is tonight, scheduled for 8:30 p.m. And the Rangers will look to bounce back from another series loss. They're in Detroit tonight for the first game of a 3-game series. The Rangers are currently under 500 with an 18-20 record. Patrick Corbin will take the hill for the Rangers, while Detroit will send out Tarek Skubal. First pitch is scheduled for 5:40 p.m. I'm Dylan Moore, TSN Sports Minute.
AccuWeather says highs for today should be upper 80s. Ooh, that's nice. Yeah, we lowered the temperatures. Lord Almighty lowered the temperatures about 10 degrees. It's in the upper 60s right now across South Texas. Very nice. Yeah, all that excitement yesterday? Well, yes, sir. That was a real deal cool front. That's why we had hail, all sorts of nasty stuff around here. We're done with that. So upper 60s right now. Highs upper 80s today and tomorrow. Border Bridge wait times is posted on KURV.com. Again, right-hand margin, you'll see the report from Customs. And if you're headed back to Brownsville, we're doing 45 minutes at B&M and at Gateway. Same thing at the Veterans Bridge. And headed back to McAllen. Not too bad, 30 minutes at the Far Bridge. Business news, check of your money. That's coming up in about 2 minutes. This is the Valley's Morning News. You can also listen to us at Radio Panami. Get used to joining us on your smart device, on your smartphone. Radio Panami, download the free app.
Look at the rack on that one. You know that buck's been eating Purina Antler Max 20 because it ensures maximum antler growth. Martin Farm and Ranch Supply also stocks a full line of deer nutrition for keeping your deer in top shape. In addition to being a certified Purina feed dealer, Martin sells all seasons feeders and blinds. So remember, Purina Antler Max 20 and all seasons feeders. Your deer can't do any better.
Come see us at Martin Farm and Ranch Supply in Edinburgh. Just look for the horse.
From Mark and Carla McCaleb at McCaleb Funeral Home, make sure to give Carla a call. When I give you a phone number for my friends in Westlake at McCaleb Funeral Home, that is Carla McCaleb's personal number. Call her, text her for an appointment. For what? Well, that either Carla or Mark or somebody from the team can come over to your place in Brownsville and McAllen, Edinburgh, Mission, Westlake, wherever you are, they'll come to you. And during lunchtime, during a meeting at your office, at your house, the sit down will involve decision making that once you're done with this and you set up a prepayment for this, you put it on the shelf. It's like sitting down with a financial advisor making decisions on XYZ on the estate, or sitting down with somebody with an insurance company in order to determine life insurance to protect your family, your immediate family. Pre-planning and prepaying a funeral event is the same thing. And my mom and dad did this. This is why I'm a believer of this and advocate for this. You call Carla McCaleb at McCaleb Funeral Home. Make decisions now. Take this burden off your immediate family when the Lord calls and says, okay, it's time to clock out. Your immediate family needs the most help possible, and this is a major help. It was to me when my mom and dad made those decisions and prepaid everything. That made a big difference. Call Carla McCaleb, McCaleb Funeral Home. Get this done. Get somebody to come over and make all these decisions and set up prepayment. 956-650-2841.
Hi there. My name is Tony Bolstead. My wife and I, Carol, own Sand Monsters. We'd like you to come on out and have fun. We've got a half-mile long track out here. It runs across about 3.5 acres. Have adult cars and kid cars, getting laps in, learning how to drive on the sand. And we also lease space to Redline Helicopters is one of our tenants here, and they've got a pad and they do helicopter tours. Lone Star National Bank and the team there really helped us get this thing put together, answered all our questions. Huge help.
I am Stephanie Harrison. I am the second generation owner of Sisters Interiors on South Padre Island. We had always dreamed of owning our own land and owning our own building, using our design team to create what you see here today. That's how we got involved with Lone Star National Bank. We partnered with them and they helped us, create the dream.
If you're looking to improve your overall health and have a better quality of life, Dr. T's Primary Care is the place to go. If you feel tired or stressed or less motivated, if you're moody or if you have trouble sleeping, Dr. T's Primary Care will evaluate you and work with you to address your health concerns, including testosterone or menopause treatment, peptide treatment, IV vitamin infusions. Their licensed staff will take the time to listen to you and work with you to improve your overall health. Check out the website, drtsprimarycare.com. Give them a call in the Cal at 956-803-0058 in Harlingen, 956-368-5247.
710 KURV. Streaming live at KURV.com. Powered by Texas Mutual Workers Compensation Insurance. A policyholder-owned company. Work safe, Texas.
I'm Nicole Murray with Your Money Now. President Trump said in a social media post this morning that an 80% tariff on Chinese goods seems right ahead of key trade talks this weekend. An 80% levy would be a sharp reduction from the 145% tariff currently facing many Chinese goods. Data analytics and artificial intelligence software firm Palantir has joined the top 10 largest U.S. technology companies by market cap. The stock rose about 8%, lifting the company's valuation to $281 billion, surpassing Salesforce, which is 10 times bigger in terms of revenue. President Trump said that 10% will be the floor for his tariffs on imports from other countries that seek trade agreements with the U.S. He said, quote, some will be much higher because they want massive trade surpluses, and in many cases, they didn't treat us right. And that's what Trump told supporters at the White House. Futures are slightly higher. Thursday, the Dow Industrials gained 254, the NASDAQ up 189. That's Your Money Now.
What a gorgeous forecast. Highs today, upper 80s. Right now, upper 60s across South Texas. Copy paste for tomorrow. Yeah, it's going to be hot next week, but maybe we can avoid triple digits, says AccuWeather. Your station for AccuWeather and your station for Movie Mom, Nell Minnow. She's coming up in about 4 minutes. We'll see if there's anything new, anything good. It's probably week 2 for the Avenging Thunderbolts, right, Freddie? Yeah, that's probably what's going on. But Movie Mom, Nell Minnow, in about 4 minutes on the Valley's Morning News. JP and Jeff and Amigo Power Equipment waiting for you to stop by, say hello. And you'll see a very proud Aggie, my friend JP. Normally he'd be wearing maroon, right? But he's wearing orange. No, he's not celebrating that other system, other team in Texas. He's celebrating Kubota. Orange is the color for that awesome Kubota equipment. The number one selling compact tractor in the nation is Kubota, and you will see it at Amigo Power Equipment in Edinburgh. And you'll see JP and Jeff wearing orange in celebration of Kubota Orange Days. Great financing opportunities and big savings on the equipment from Kubota that you need. The number one selling compact tractor. Also, the Kubota zero-turn mowers. And Kubota, the always versatile, dependable RTVs. Get the perfect match equipment with the job that you have at the ranch at the lease. You need to visit with JP and Jeff at Amigo Power Equipment. Right now, through June 13th at Amigo Power Equipment, on all this Kubota equipment, you can get 0 down, 0% APR for up to 84 months if you qualify, or you can use a $3,000 discount, $3,000 off some select compact tractors, Kubota tractors. You can get more information at KubotaOrangeDays.com, or just stop by and say hello. Go enjoy some coffee and chew on the fat, and go take a look at all the Kubota inventory at Amigo Power Equipment in Edinburgh, Monte Cristo.
If you're looking to improve your overall health and have a better quality of life, Dr. T's Primary Care is the place to go. If you feel tired or stressed or less motivated, if you're moody or if you have trouble sleeping, Dr. T's Primary Care will evaluate you and work with you to address your health concerns, including testosterone or menopause treatment, peptide treatment, IV vitamin infusions. Their licensed staff will take the time to listen to you and work with you to improve your overall health. Check out the website, drtsprimarycare.com. Give them a call in the Cal at 956-803-0058 in Harlingen, 956-368-5247.
At Rivetta's Machinery in Donna, they're bringing the best deals on Coyote equipment to your job site, your farm, or your backyard. Right now, take advantage of 0% interest or up to $6,000 cash back on Coyote track loaders and skid steers. These are machines built for maximum performance no matter the task. But don't stop there. They're also offering fantastic savings on Coyote tractors, zero-turn mowers, and utility vehicles. And whether you're hauling something, mowing, tackling other big jobs, Coyote has the equipment to help you get it done. If you're looking for great deals and great service from a team that treats you like family, look no further than Rivetta's Machinery and Coyote. Start your next project right. Visit Rivetta's Machinery in Donna or browse their deals when it suits you at mynewtractor.com. That's their website, mynewtractor.com. Rivetta's for the long haul. See dealer for full details.
Bumper to bumper information.
The Valley's Morning News.
News Talk 710 KURV.
It's a gorgeous Friday morning. Temperatures in the upper 60s. This is the Valley's Morning News. Show producer Fred Cruz, AccuWeather meteorologist Jeffrey Nordine. I'm Sergio Sanchez, and we got movie mom Nell Minow. In about 2 minutes, news on 710 KURV. A service of Jay Gonzalez Injury Attorneys, ready to fight for you. Call 1-800-COURT-CRASH.
Fox News, I'm CJ Papa. Pope Leo XIV will be formally installed as Pope at a Mass on May 18th. His first general audience, May 21st, that from the Vatican, and earlier today.
It invites you to recognize the marvels that the Lord has done, the blessings that the Lord continues to pour out upon all of us.
His first Mass as Pope in front of the Cardinals. Fox's Alex Hogan in Vatican City.
He was appointed as cardinal in 2023. The new pope does not believe in the ordainment of women. He supported a declaration by the late Pope Francis to permit blessings for same-sex couples. He has called on the church to take greater action against climate change.
President Trump indicates he's in favor of lowering the 145% tariff on Chinese goods, posting on Truth Social earlier, 80% tariff on China seems right, up to Scott B. That's Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent. America's listening to Fox News.
This note from Austin with a connection to South Texas. There's legislation that was sponsored by our Valley State Senator Juan Chuy Hinojosa, going to provide state funding for some flood control projects, also reclamation project, making the Hidalgo County Delta Reclamation Project now eligible for some state funding. This is the Valley's Morning News on News Talk 710 KURV. We're also doing the 710 KURV live on YouTube, X, Facebook. And I say that, we do that 7 o'clock hour. So that way you can see movie mom Nell Minow every Friday on the program. Mom, we got roots in Chicago, right? Yes? You do?
Yes, the new Pope and I've got something in common. We're both from Chicago.
There you go. Now, were you from North Chicago or South Chicago, where he's from? He's a Chi Sox fan, I understand.
Yeah, he's from the south side of Chicago. That's where I went to law school. The University of Chicago is on the south side, but I grew up on the north side.
All right. So this is back to the movies now. This is week 2 for I call it the Avenging Thunderbolts, which everybody loves. And this is the weekend that Freddie's going. He's waiting for the crowd to thin out a little bit. So he's taking me to the movies this weekend. Yeah.
I think you like it. And remember, stay all the way through the end of the credits.
Like the very, very end after the
very end. There's a mid-credit scene, and then there's one at the very, very end with a little bit of Fantastic Four in there.
Okay. What if I really got to go, because it was like a big soda that I got.
Yeah.
Is it worth it? Is it really worth it to stay all the way to the end?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, my mom says so, I guess. Anything new, pay-per-view or the movies?
It's not a great weekend at the theater. Juliet and Romeo, probably the worst movie I've seen this year. How do you take one of the greatest stories of all time that has fascinated and enthralled people for 500 years and make it so dumb? They made it into a musical, and they went from beautiful iambic pentameter poetry to literally the line, "You're a great kisser."
Was this a Disney remake?
No, it's remade by the son of the guy who was the founder of Casablanca Records, and I'm sure it's just a coincidence. His brother wrote the music. It is a musical. His brother had one big hit, Halo, with Beyonce, and all the songs kind of sounded like they were trying to be Halo again. And I just thought it was agonizing to watch. So please don't waste your time on that.
Well, the first sign that everything was going wrong was that they juxtaposed the name. They flipped it.
Exactly. I think they did that for copyright reasons. Okay. Shadow Force. Actually, the trailer looks pretty good, but they didn't screen it for critics. You know what that means? Beware. And that's an action movie. And then I know I'm not typical in this, but I can't stand cringe comedy that's just like embarrassing. It makes my teeth grind. So I was not a fan of Friendship from the guy who did the sketch comedy series, I Think You Should Leave, Tim Robinson. It's about a guy who is very socially awkward and wants very much to become friends with one of his neighbors, played by the wonderful Paul Rudd. And it's just one excruciating scene after another. So that's not my jam.
Okay, sounds like most people in the promotion staff around here are always going up to the radio staff. So yeah.
I'm sure. Yeah, sure. Because they want to be with the cool guys. Okay. Now we got better choices streaming. If you want a thriller this weekend, one of the best thrillers of the last 6 or 7 months has got to be Drop, about a woman who goes on a first date at a very high up glamorous restaurant. And while she's there, she starts getting texts from somebody in the restaurant saying, if you don't kill your date, I'm going to kill your son. And she's got to figure out who's sending him. It's very good. And then the best thing that I saw this week was Conan O'Brien's Mark Twain Award, which is on Netflix. All the best comedians on earth come out to pay tribute to him and also to trash him. It's a lot of fun. And if you want to watch something nice with mom, Nona's. Nona, of course, the Italian word for grandma. And it's based on the true story of a man who started a restaurant and all the chefs were Italian grandmas.
This is Fred's gift to you.
Oh, that's a picture of us.
He drew you, me, and Freddie. Obviously, Freddie's a little one on that one. All right. Have a wonderful Mother's Day, Mom. Hug and a kiss.
Love you. Bye-bye.
Movie Mom, Nell Minho, every Friday on News Talk 710 KURV. Chamberlain Roofing and Waterproofing is a name that you can trust. Who says that? Who dat? Who says that? My friend, Dale Johnson, who is like, for how many years I've been talking about Dale? Like almost 10 years now. It seems like it. Dale Johnson, a dear friend of mine, brother in Christ. This dude, Dale Johnson, is the top commercial roofer in this entire region. And he says, you can trust Chamberlain Roofing and Waterproofing. So much so, he has joined forces with him. Dale Johnson and his entire team, all of his crew, they've joined forces with Chamberlain Roofing and Waterproofing because of what they offer. The same superior customer service commitment to doing an awesome job, keeping you happy as a property owner, as a property manager. Chamberlain Roofing and Waterproofing provides now that they're in South Texas. Thanks to Dale and all the crew out there. They're a part of all this. Yeah, and you'll see Dale as well with Chamberlain. They provide an expanded menu of all these new services that we haven't seen before. Valued warranties. Chamberlain's 125 years of experience that includes cutting-edge, state-of-the-art roofing installation, roof repair, installation technology, and advanced waterproofing solutions and technology for your businesses, all those offices, new projects and older projects, and even your home. Trust Chamberlain Roofing and Waterproofing. My friend Dale Johnson does. Start with a phone call, 956-566-6822. Chamberlain Roofing and Waterproofing is at chamberlainltd.com.
If you need to hire, it seems like the whole process can be exhausting. You search resumes, wait for the right candidates to apply, set up initial interviews. It's a lot of time and work. Well, what if you could meet with qualified candidates for your job the very next day? Now you can with Zip Intro from ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. Zip Intro is super easy to use. You simply pick a time, and it does all the work of finding and scheduling qualified candidates for you. Then you can choose who you want to talk to and meet with great people on back-to-back video calls as soon as the next day. Best of all, you save time and energy.
Try Zip Intro for free right now at this exclusive web address, ZipRecruiter.com/free. Zip Intro. Post jobs today. Talk to qualified candidates tomorrow. Once again, go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Be part of the KURV family. Like us on Facebook at 710 KURV.
Your 710 KURV AccuWeather forecast is going to be much nicer today with sunshine, low humidity, and a high of 87 degrees. For tonight, we're clear, dipping down to 68. And then we're going to keep the sunshine for the entire weekend with a high of 87 again tomorrow, 90 on Sunday. By Monday, the sunshine's still around and temperatures go up in the low to mid 90s. This is AccuWeather meteorologist Jeff Nordine on the Valley's official weather station, 710 KURV.
Listen to Sergio Sanchez every morning on News Talk 710 KURV and on the Radio Parami app. Stay informed with exclusive interviews from top local and state leaders, plus economic development news, business, and medical reports, and all the local news from the RGV. It's everything you need to know to start your day right. Sergio Sanchez and News Talk 710.